The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Up to Speed with Tripp Simpson. I am your host, Tripp Simpson, in the building.
The first of his name, Lord of the Seven Kingdoms and Protector of the Realm.
That's right. And before we get this live stream started today, first and foremost, you know, we got to handle business.
Family moving up in the business. I know you're gonna look after family.
What family you talking about, Ice?
Fuck, I look invisible, nigga.
That's right, I'm not invisible, so do me a favor. If you're watching live on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell, and select all. If you're watching live on Facebook, hit that like button, hit that share button. If you're watching live on Twitter, hit that thumbs up button, hit that retweet button. Everybody, don't forget to comment in whatever comment section you're in, and let's get this live stream off into the algorithm. Now, ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing today on this wonderful January? What is it? The 8th? What is it? The 7th or the 8th? I think it's the 7th. I don't know. Anyways, having a wonderful day. Just looking at a little bit of the kickback I got from my video the other day. Where we were talking about being American versus classifying yourself as African American. Of course, that was from the Cameron video that's going around where he was basically saying he considers himself to be a black American because he's not African. And apparently that ruffled a lot of people's feathers. If you get a chance, go back through the video section of my YouTube page and you can see the video titled Cameron has Dr. Umar Johnson livid over this. Check that video out. Read the comment section. There are a lot of people going crazy. It's almost like black folks in America aren't allowed to have their own identity, which really I don't get. A Jamaican can be a Jamaican, a Caribbean can be a Caribbean, a Trinidadian can be a Trinidadian, a Dominican can be a Dominican, a Haitian can be a Haitian, but an American can't be an American. But yeah, I mean, I saw a lot of horrible arguments in regard to what I had to say. But people are entitled to their opinion. Nonetheless, I appreciate the view and I appreciate the comment. So, as I always say when I conclude the show, whether you agree or disagree or you're indifferent, always put your comments in the comment section below. And if you're watching live, always comment in the live chat. Now, I don't have a very long episode for you today. I expect to go for maybe about an hour. The main topic being Katt Williams. People have been asking me to talk about the Katt Williams situation. I've been kind of chilling because I wanted to see what was going to come out, who was going to react. So now, towards the end of the broadcast, I'm going to talk about that. But first, we have to get into our famous Get Your Kids Out of Public Schools segment. Now, I want to start with this disclaimer. I don't mean any disrespect to DC Public Schools with this next video I'm about to play, but I got to play it and we got to talk about this because, in my opinion, it's utterly ridiculous. Now, I am a DCPS graduate. Both my parents were teachers, educators, principals in DC Public Schools, so this is not meant to be in any disrespect, but we got to talk about this shit. So, without wasting any more time, let's get into the first topic of the night. Let me see, where's this damn video? 1 second, get this up here. All right, here we go. Here we go. Now,
but one D.C. middle school could provide a blueprint on how to get kids to class more consistently. News 4's Dominique Moody went to Kramer Middle School, where students' attendance was celebrated today.
And this Christmas will be.
There is a reason to get excited and in the Christmas spirit at Kramer Middle School in the district.
I'm excited to celebrate you all today. Over the last 2 years, we have focused on increasing student attendance. Specifically, we have worked to address the barriers.
These students are a part of a superb feat for DCPS in the midst of high rates of chronic absenteeism and truancy. The school's attendance rate sits at 88%.
We asked them, what could we do here at the school in order to ensure that you came to school more frequently?
Principal Katrina Shelby says creating special days for students to make up assignments, allowing time for one-on-one interventions with teachers and staff, and creating incentives like pizza parties and field trips are all part of the equation for success.
The way we're motivating them is really about addressing their socio-emotional needs first.
The school says truancy levels are down 25% and chronic absenteeism rates are down 14% compared to at this same time last year at the school.
all right, so there we have it. Now, let me say this. You know, I hate to rain on these kids' parade because it really isn't their fault. But this is really embarrassing. The fact that you had NBC4 come to the school to celebrate an okay attendance percentage is beyond mind-boggling to me. Celebrating a decent attendance rate is like celebrating the fact that you paid your car note on time. Granted, nobody knows, you know, what you had to do to struggle or what you had to do just to pay that car note, but at the end of the day, it's the goddamn bare minimum. It's like that Chris Rock joke from Bigger and Blacker, where he was like, you know, niggas be like, I take care of my kids. And he's like, you supposed to, you dumb motherfucker. But yeah, like I said, I'm not here to shit on the kids, but let us know when the schools get to an 88% grade level literacy rate. Because right now it's less than 50%. I think it's around 20 or 30. But like I always say, if you can, get your kids out of public school. And honestly, you know, the saddest part about all of this is that you're paying no less than about $700,000 for a house in DC, and that's a small house in the hood. The property taxes are out of this world, and all you can produce to me is a school with an 88% attendance rate at best. And y'all wonder why the Capitals, Wizards, and Redskins are running to the suburbs. Trust me, the smart taxpayers are also going to do the same. And unfortunately, and I hate to say this, but it needs to be said. Once this realization starts spreading, white flight is definitely going to hit the District of Columbia again. And that's going to start happening in a lot of these gentrified cities. A lot of these cities, they got gentrified and people put billions and billions of dollars in. And people started paying all these money for these homes. Shit's going to crash. Shit's going to be just like it was in the early 90s. Why? Number one, crime is too high. Crime is so goddamn high. Like, my insurance, every time I renew my insurance, it goes up $100 or damn near. And the answer to their question was, when I asked, well, I'm damn near 40 years old. I haven't had an accident in 10 years. How does my insurance keep hiking up? They're like, where's the area? I'm like, what do you mean by the area? And they're like, well, carjackings and car thefts are through the roof. So yeah, man, you know, people fail to realize how much these policies start affecting their pockets. But anyway, we ain't got to get into all that. Let's get into our next topic, which is going to be this Nia Long and Udoka situation. You know, like I said, speaking of ripoffs, let's move to this next topic. Nia Long has been granted a $32,000 a month child support settlement from NBA coach Ime Udoka. Let's get to the article. Here we go. All right, let's get this screen larger. All right, bam. There we go. All right, so it says, Nia Long gives Ime Udoka a break in child support custody settlement. A break for $32,000 a month? Okay. Udoka's monthly disposable income is $465,000 and will pay less than mandated. Houston Rockets head coach Ime Udoka will reportedly pay actress Nia Long $32,500 a month in child support for their 12-year-old son, of whom they now have joint custody, according to documents per the blast. Long, 53, reportedly gave Udoka, 46, a break in child support payments because she is a wealthy actress. Okay. He had to pay $56,389, but his ex-girlfriend allowed the payments to be over $20,000 lower. Udoka's monthly disposable income is $465,000, and their son spends 95% of the time with Long, who first wanted full custody and only visitation rights from him. The former couple split up in 2022 after Udoka had an alleged affair with a co-worker while working as head coach of the Boston Celtics. Long has stated several times that she moved on from Udoka and wishes him nothing but the best. The actress is even taking on potential suitors. Well, at least one. Cameron, a rapper, shot Long a direct message and met her shortly after the birthday party of NBA agent Rich Paul, who was one of LeBron James' best friends. In fact, some fans speculated that James facilitated the meeting between the rapper and Long in retaliation for Udoka calling him a bitch. Well, I mean, that's some real bitch ass shit. I mean, hold up. Why isn't that even a headline? So because you got into a heated argument over a basketball game, you go and do some silly shit like that just to pay a nigga back? And I swear, LeBron James really needed a daddy. But back to the topic at hand. Fellas, this just goes to show you that the game out here is fucking rigged. If Nia Long is so goddamn rich, why even put a nigga through court? I'm sure he wasn't a deadbeat dad, and I'm sure that this kid was well taken care of. But see, it ain't about the damn kid though. It's all about control and payback. I'll say this again for the 300th time. The sole provider role in the USA, especially if you live in a Democrat-controlled jurisdiction, is a joke. And it should be a thing of the past at this point. Stop having kids without being married. And if you get married, make sure she's at least on your level. If you don't, run a tremendous risk, because if she's on your level, you won't run a tremendous risk at losing a lot of your money. Now, child support, in my opinion, should not be a punishment for cheating. In 2024, you got to go 50-50 or better. I know that sounds crazy and against the grain. A lot of you pseudo alpha men might disagree, but it's an unfortunate reality that the common or average man has to come to grips with. So if you can't find a good woman to go 50-50 with, I'd advise you to just enjoy your life, smashing all these easily sexually liberated women. Then when you turn 58, settle down with a 40-year-old, get a prenup, and die on top of your game. That's all I got for you niggas, man. I wish I could tell you niggas to go find true love. And I wish I could tell you niggas that it's gonna be okay and marriage is the way to go. By the way, I'm married. But I'm telling you right now, it's just a setup at this point. These women can leave you at the drop of a dime and you're fucked. Even if you don't cheat, they can wake up one day and just realize they're not happy with the situation. Ruin the entire family because of their feelings one day. So, you niggas got to be aware of that. So, let's get on to our next topic, which is, let's see. Before we get to this Katt Williams situation, I want to briefly go over this Jonathan Crybaby Capehart video from MSNBC. See if I can find it. Here we go. All right, so Jonathan Capehart from MSNBC recently interviewed the DC cop who wrote a book about his experience on January 6th. So without wasting any more time, let's get to that video.
Glorifying the failed violent insurrection on our Capitol. The guy who claims law and order sows lawlessness and disorder. Trump's not concerned about your future, I promise you. Trump is now promising a full-scale campaign of revenge and retribution, his words. This is the first national election since January 6th. Insurrection placed a dagger at the throat of American democracy since that moment. We all know who Donald Trump is. The question we have to answer is, who are we?
The president is right, and the answer to that question from some in the Republican Party is frightening. According to a new Washington Post University of Maryland poll, Republicans are now less likely to believe that insurrectionists were mostly violent and less likely to believe Trump bears responsibility than they were in 2021. That's an insult to the hundreds of men and women in law enforcement who fought valiantly before our eyes to uphold their oaths to serve and protect the Capitol against a mob incited by a commander-in-chief who violated his.
All right, now first off, let's stop right there. I gotta tell you, MSNBC and CNN are 100% committed to lying to their audience. If you're a grown-ass man and you watch either of those stations to get your news, you've been completely compromised at this point. I can see a woman falling for this crap because, by nature, they're more emotional creatures. But men are supposed to do their due diligence. The president, and by president, I mean Trump, never incited a riot. In fact, he told them motherfuckers to be peaceful. Second, why is it that all of a sudden the cops are heroic heroes on January 6th, but just months prior when BLM and Antifa were literally destroying every major city in the country, the cops were the bad guys for trying to stop them? I mean, the J6 tapes have been released, and you can see that for the most part, the Capitol Police let those people into the Capitol and they were being peaceful. Yes, there was foolishness going on. But that shit was in no way, shape, or form comparable to any of the BLM riots. Let's go.
In the days and weeks following the insurrection, 5 officers died. Officer Brian Sicknick, Officer Jeffrey Smith, Officer Howard Liebengood, Officer Gunther Hashida, and Officer Kyle DeFreitag. More than 100 others were injured, leaving physical and emotional scars. Former D.C. Metropolitan Police Officer Michael Fanone was there that day, there on the west front of the Capitol, battling the mob. He was dragged down the Capitol steps. He was tased by someone in the pro-Trump mob. He suffered a heart attack during the fighting. And in a detail that crystallizes the horror that unfolded on January 6th, Fanone recalls insurrectionists shouting, quote, "Kill him with his own gun." Despite having lived through that harrowing assault and living with the consequences of that trauma, Fanone has not stopped defending our democracy. He has sought to hold those responsible accountable, and he has an urgent message for the American people as the 2024 presidential campaign season gets underway. Fanone told HuffPost, quote, "Ultimately, you, the American voter, will be the last line of defense when it comes to preserving democracy as we know it and ensuring the peaceful transfer of power. And it's that serious." Joining me now in studio is Michael Fanone, former D.C. Metropolitan Police Officer, Courage for America Council member, and author of Hold the Line, The Insurrection and One Cop's Battle for America's Soul. Officer Fanone, I'm going to try to get through this. Thank you for what you did 3 years ago today. Please tell me your thoughts on this 3rd anniversary.
All right, stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. Black men, black men, black men, listen up. If this right here isn't enough to show you what Democrats' real plans for us is, I don't know what the hell else to tell you. MSNBC, CNN, and ESPN got grown-ass black men crying on TV like they working in a goddamn onion chopping factory. Notice, you don't see any other demographic of men or women crying like this on national television. This shit is disgusting. And it's clearly fake. Ain't one tear drop out of this joker's eye. And look at the white dude staring at him like, man, what the fuck? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. This shit makes me want to just fucking throw up. They got black women on NBC looking more manly than us. I don't know about you, but I don't recall Joy Reid ever crying on television. Say what you want about Fox News, but I ain't never seen any black man on their payroll start crying on live television.
I love you, Carly.
But anyways, that's enough of this. I can't watch no more of this shit. Let's get on to the next topic. Sorry. Let's get on to the next topic, man. I gotta get this shit off my screen, man. Shit like that, man. I tell you, man. But anyways, man. All right, so let's get to our final topic of the night, which is about Katt Williams. Now, unless you've been hiding under a goddamn rock with no Wi-Fi for the past few days, I'm sure you at least seen a few clips of the infamous Katt Williams interview on Club Shay. Now, this interview has been the talk of the town since it's airing about 3 or 4 days ago, so I'm not about to go through the entire video because I'm pretty sure most people have seen it. Instead, I want to focus on one of the main things I noticed about the results from this interview. Mainstream black Hollywood is terrified of the truth. Now, do I believe everything Katt Williams said in this interview with Shannon Sharp? No, of course not. He's a comedian, and there's no doubt in my mind that he put a comedic spin on at least several topics that he discussed. For example, reading 3,000 books a year, that's nasty cap. Also, running a 4.240 or for anything in the 40-yard dash at 50-something years old is also nasty cap. I also don't believe that he had a contract stating that he would only work with Ricky Smiley if he wore a dress. I mean, clearly, all those exaggerations were meant to be jokes. However, what isn't a joke is the fact that all these actors and comedians that y'all love so much almost all wore dresses at some point in their careers to get ahead. All but a few. But we'll get to that. Now, did any of y'all notice how none of the people he called out actually fired back and said he was a liar? They were definitely on the defensive, but no one said that what he said about them wasn't actually true. Well, with the exception of Ricky Smiley in that contract. That was funny though. But even with that situation with Ricky Smiley still didn't want no smoke. But yeah, none of these guys he called out attempted to debunk any of what he said. Case in point with Ludacris. Now, let's pull up what Katt Williams had to say to Luda, or about Luda, and then we'll see Luda's response. All right, here we go.
No, so there was a crossroads where we were both invited to an Illuminati thing, and it had to be one or the other of us, and decisions had to be made. So it was both of us, we were equal. One of us had to cut off all their hair and couldn't do the sideburn thing no more with the points. And the next person they said was going to get $200 million because they were going to pay him $10 million a movie to do 20 movies. And that's how the conversation happened. One of those persons turned out to be Ludacris, and the other person turned out to be Katt Williams. Now, one person ended up with a light-skinned, ugly-faced wife that's never done it. Remember I told you?
Good Lord. This nigga Katt Williams is ill, man. Let's go.
That if I say that it applied to 7 people, it's part of what they give you. Okay? I didn't get it. I'm not mad about it.
How much money they give? 200.
Sir, Fast and Furious is on what number right now?
10. 200 million. I might get me one more women look the same.
That's what they all end up saying at the end of the day. Kevin told you he wasn't gonna wear no dress until they offered him the dress.
Let's go.
And then he put it on. And what did he say after he wore it? I made my own decision. Duh. But you didn't make it before they brought it up, did you? It's okay. All right.
All right. So there we have it. Katt pretty much says that Luda sold his soul. And if you watch the entire video, he kind of implied what that actually entails. Now, we ain't gonna get into all that on this show. But anyways, Luda responded immediately, like within 24 hours, but not in the traditional sense. He responded with what Charleston White described as a jingle instead of a rebuttal. So let's play Luda's response. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching on YouTube, do me a favor, hit that like button. If you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and select all. Also, don't forget to put your opinion in the live chat. If you're on Facebook or Twitter, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that retweet button. All right, let's get it.
Whatever's heavy on my heart is always on my mind. Like Snoop's cannabis shredder, I'm always on my grind. They throwing shade cause niggas can never take my shine. I bring my watch collection on my jet, let me take my time. Like fine wine, I'm aging like Benjamin. Top 5, I'm worth mentioning. Bring me rappers, I'm lynching them. See the pendulum swing, Jesus with diamond thorns. Ludicrous, swaddled in Gucci linens when I was born. Never been Illuminati, only Illuminati. And I only left with bitches when coming from any party. Now I'm married with kids, the evolution of life. Never been a clout chaser, never say shit for likes. R.I.P. John Singleton. You never have to flex when you earn every one of your Fast and Furious checks. Afro with the sideburns, yeah, that's my signature. Addictions on the rise, comedians check your temperature.
All right. I don't know, fam. I really don't know. If a nigga basically called me gay for play and a sellout, I'd have to respond in real time with real words. Think about it. Instead of just responding and refuting the allegations, he decided to wait 24 hours, sit down with a pen and paper, and construct a clever response with rhymes and riddles instead of just getting straight to it. But hey, I got no issue with Luda. He's one of the GOATs. I've never really heard anything negative about the man, so, you know, it is what it is. But his response just kind of makes you wonder. Now, let's get to the next revelation made by Katt Williams. This one that involves Chris Tucker. All right, let's get to it. 1 second, good people. Here we go.
Miss John Witherspoon in a way that can't really be quantified, if I'm being honest with you. And the Chris Tucker that we got now is Epstein Island Chris Tucker, not Smokey.
Oh, Lord.
If I didn't know no better, I'd tell you he's the greatest. I don't care what you say.
So you hear that? He referred to Chris Tucker as Epstein Island Chris.
To be confident and not delusional is a real skill. Most of these confident people we see is really delusional.
Well, you don't think they asked Chris Tucker to come back in the second Friday? Smokey was all in Smokey. There ain't no Friday without Smokey.
We all agree to that, and there's no next Friday without Friday, and there's no Friday after next without.
Nah, we talk about the road because you said that they don't.
Here's the thing. Okay. Here's the thing. Chris was allowed to make the decision. At the time that this is happening, Katt Williams is known for smoking weed. Willie Nelson is known for smoking weed. Right. Snoop's known for smoking weed, but none of us is really known except Willie. And I'm saying, Chris Tucker didn't want to be the poster child for smoking weed. He don't smoke weed like that.
Right.
He in the church. He Michael Jackson's best friend. Christmas. Michael Jackson called him Christmas. You ever met a man that gave you a little nickname like that?
No.
Let's go. Let's keep it going.
Me neither. Must be the greatest.
Man, I ain't gonna be able to get nobody back. I ain't gonna be able to get no more comedians.
They all coming.
All right. All right. So, to my knowledge, there hasn't been an official rebuttal or any statement of any kind from Chris Tucker. But if I was Chris Tucker, I wouldn't respond either. And I'll tell you why. Because Katt's allegations are 100% true. I got 2 articles I want to read for you and a video I want to show you as evidence. Now, this first article is about Chris Tucker traveling to Africa with Bill Clinton and Kevin Spacey. Let's get to it. All right, we got that up. Good. right. Actor, comic, president visit Africa. This is from theintelligencer.com. September 25th, 2002. You see the date. Regal, Rwanda, Associated Press. They make an unlikely troika. Oscar-winning actor Kevin Spacey, comedian Chris Tucker, and former President Bill Clinton. But they're united in their cause of fighting AIDS and encouraging economic development in Africa. Clinton, Spacey, and Tucker are on a 5-day tour of Ghana, Nigeria, Rwanda, Mozambique, and South Africa. They head back to the United States on Sunday. On his first trip to Africa, Spacey despaired at the ravages caused by AIDS and the difficulty of getting people in the United States to pay attention. Blah, 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 blah. They talk about their humanitarian efforts. I don't need to go through this whole article. All right? Now, what I want to do is get to the next article. Okay? So, and in this next article, you got to pay attention because there are also other articles about the exact same trip.
I love you, Carly.
So let's get to it. So this is the other article. Now, this is an article by New York Magazine. And like I said, this is one of the other articles about the trip. Now, this article is important because they highlight Jeffrey Epstein in this article. They highlight Jeffrey Epstein. So notice they're not necessarily going to mention too much about Kevin Spacey and Chris Tucker, but this is the same exact trip. It's the same exact timeline. So let's get to it. Jeffrey Epstein, international money man of mystery. What's the date on this? October 28th, 2002. He comes with cash to burn, a fleet of airplanes, and a keen eye for the ladies. To say challenges Nobel Prize winning scientists across the country and for financial markets around the world. Ever since the Post Page 6 ran an item about the president's late September visit to Africa with Kevin Spacey, notice it, with Kevin Spacey and Chris Tucker on his new benefactor's customized Boeing 727, the question of the day has been, who is Jeffrey Epstein? I'm gonna read that again. Ever since the Post Page 6 ran an item about the president's late September visit to Africa with Kevin Spacey and Chris Tucker on his new benefactor's customized Boeing 727, the question of the day has been, who is Jeffrey Epstein? It's a life full of question marks. Epstein is said to run $15 billion for wealthy clients. Yet, aside from Limited founder Leslie Wexner, his client list is a closely held secret. Let me stop right there. I want to go off topic real quick. Why do you think Jeffrey Epstein's $15 billion client list is a secret? Why do you think it's a secret? I'll tell you why it's a secret. Most people believe that Jeffrey Epstein, well, not most people, but a lot of people, especially in the intelligence community, believe that Jeffrey Epstein is Mossad intelligence. If you don't know what Mossad is, look it up. Mossad is like the CIA for Israel. So, why do I say that? Because if Jeffrey Epstein is an agent of Mossad, and he's got all these people coming down, logging all these flights, got all these people setting up with young girls, that would mean that whatever government Mossad works for can basically blackmail anyone on that list. And who's on that list? Influential people in United States culture. Celebrities and politicians. Let's get back to the article. For more than 10 years, he's been linked to Manhattan London Society figure Ghislaine Maxwell, daughter of the mysteriously deceased media titan Robert Maxwell. Yet he lives the life of a bachelor, logging 600 hours a year in various planes as he scours the world for investment opportunities. He owns what is said to be Manhattan's largest private house, yet runs his business from a 100-acre private island in St. Thomas. Power on Wall Street has generally accrued to those who have made their open bids for it. Soros, Wasserstein, Kravis, Wheel, the stern and the drain of their success and failures has been played out in public. Epstein breaks the mold. Most everyone on the street has heard of him, but nobody seems to know what the hell he is up to. Well, we know what he's up to now, which is just the way he likes it. All right, so that's enough of that. I just wanted to show you guys that article real quick. So there we have it. Now, to put the icing on the cake, Tucker actually admitted to the trip during a stand-up routine in 2015. Now, I guess I shouldn't say the word admit, but this is not a secret. There's no secret that Chris Tucker, Bill Clinton, and Kevin Spacey flew on Epstein's jet to Africa, and Epstein was with them along the trip. But anyways, let's get to the routine real quick. Here we go. Here we go.
Bill Clinton. That was fun. We went to like 3-4 countries in Africa. And Clinton was great, man. We had so much fun. We had so many, so many places to go. We started getting bored. Sometimes we just started playing games. I started doing impressions of Bill Clinton, and he started liking it. He was like, "Oh shit, that sounds just like me. That sounds good. That sounds great. I like that." He invited me to Africa, man. He invited me. He said, "Tucker, you want to go to Africa with me? I think you'll like it. You're black. I'm black. I think you'll like it. Come on. It'll be fun. Come on." So I started doing the impressions, man. Everywhere we went, he wanted me to do them. We in little parties at night. "Tucker, come do me. Come do me. Come on over here." Well, every country we went to, finally I got tired. We got to Nigeria. He wanted me to do it in front of the president of Nigeria. I was scared. Should I mess it up? They put me in jail. I'm not down. He said, "Tucker, come on. Come do me. Come do me." Don't act like that. Come on, it's Christmas. I'm tired, it's been a long trip. Maybe I won't do it this time. Tucker, come on now. I need you. I can set it up now. Come on, don't let me down. You want to ride home, right? Huh? You want to ride commercial or private? You let me know, Tucker. That's a long ass flight home, Tucker. That's a long.
All right, so boom, there we have it. There we have it. Now, I'm not going to go down the whole Epstein rabbit hole tonight, but if you do a simple Twitter search, there is a ton of info on this Africa trip. There's pictures, there's alleged Epstein victims involved, and a lot of it is very surprising. But like I said, you can go down that rabbit hole yourself if you want. This whole situation is wild because Katt didn't take no prisoners. He put a proverbial foot on the neck of all these jokers for the simple fact that the majority of them are sellouts, and self-proclaimed sellouts at that. Check this out. Self-proclaimed sellouts. Who do we have here? Self-proclaimed sellout number 1. Let's go.
For $4 million, I'll be all the motherfucking monkey you can stand. Black people will be so embarrassed by my motherfucking performance, you'll be sitting up there just going, "Look at this big lip son of a bitch. You ain't got to act like that much of a motherfucking monkey." be picking shit off me looking at it. Be walking around that mother. I be digging in my ass. Motherfucker, for 10 million, kiss my ass. Motherfucker, I am a monkey. Motherfucker, I swing in on the vine to work.
Now, I've definitely joked about selling out on this show before, but there's a difference between telling a bullshit joke and actually doing a whole goddamn comedy routine about it. Now, most would say that everything in this routine from Steve Harvey has actually come to pass. He admittedly stated that the reason he can't do stand-up anymore is because he's afraid. Yes, he's afraid of getting canceled. That's why he claims he's not doing stand-up. Let's get to that. Hold on. Yeah, my bad. We're going to get to it tonight, man. We're going to get to it. Let's go. All right. So check this out. I can't play the video because I'm not trying to get copyright struck. So we're just going to have the still here, and I'll play the audio. Let's go.
You walked away at the height of it, Steve. You walked away from the stand-up and really hadn't come back. Would you be willing? What would it take Steve Harvey to do the crypto.coms? What would it take for you to do SoFi? What would it take? How much would it take for Steve Harvey to do what they're doing on Netflix? You see everybody, you see Chappelle, Quake, all those guys had specials on Netflix. What would it take for Steve Harvey to give us 60 minutes?
Well, first of all, I have to be done with the TV career, because once I do the special, I'm gonna be done with my TV.
Oh man, you cursed up a storm. You killing everybody, Steve.
No, they gonna take me off TV. It ain't no way. The cancel culture too live. See, the reason I stopped was because I saw, okay, I got Family Feud, I got Little Big Shots, I got all this stuff being offered to me. At one point in time, I had 7 shows on TV all at once in one season.
Wow.
I had Thunderdome, Little Big Shots, Amazing Grace, Celebrity Family Feud. I had 2 other shows. Showtime with DePaulo had came back on Fox. I worked 7 days a week, man. I went through a 41-week period with 7 days of taping. And I knew that if I performed as a stand-up, that whole TV career
everything was gone.
And I was making enough to really solidify myself in television. So in 2012, I had to walk away because I was at the height of everything, man. I had everything going for me. So now, man, then I watch Chappelle and Rock and all these boys get 60 million here and all this here. I thought about it, but I couldn't dump what I had for that.
Right.
Because I knew the longevity, I was gonna make it up.
Yeah.
Anyway, so like today, man, this is probably been the first year I've been thinking about it. Just doing one more. And I'll probably have to call it something like "fuck it, I'm out" or something like that. Because I know that's gonna be it.
Right.
It's gonna be career ending.
Right.
Because
So there we have it. There we have it. Now, I could give you example after example after example about most of these guys that call Katt out. But I feel like y'all get the point. So in the interest of time, I'm going to cut it right there and post the link in the chat so that I can get you guys' opinion on what's going on here. I definitely want to hear what you have to say. So I'm going to post the link in the chat. I'm going to pin it to the top. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. Hopefully a couple of guys hit the link. We can talk about the situation and then we'll get on out of here. All right, so the link is in the chat. It's pinned to the top. Hit the link and let's talk about this. We're going to go to a quick commercial break and then we'll be right back.
हरामी गैंग यहाँ भूखे सब हरा माल रात वक्त यहाँ आके राती सबकी लाल चिल्लम का टान मारो बॉम्ब वाला शॉट समर और विंटर हमेशा रहते हॉट लॉन्डियों को भाव नहीं सकती अपना स्वैग में भी आके कभी देख I'm a black nigger I'm a black nigger रांची के स्ट्रीट से हाथों में भीड़ है हेडफोन में बीट बजे कागज में गीत लिखे ब्लैक निगर I'm a black nigger रांची के स्ट्रीट से हाथों में भीड़ है हेडफोन में बीट बजे कागज में गीत लिखे ब्लैक निगर I'm a black nigger जिगरी जो यार है चाहे दो चार है सब वफादार यहाँ फाड़ देते गाड़ है उंगली करे कोई हमें उंगली उनकी तोड़ दे दूर रहता उनसे जो लोग मतलब में मुंह मोड़ दे भाई पगला गया गाना मेरा सुन वो भी बोले मेरा भाई I'm a black nigger I'm a black nigger रांची के स्ट्रीट से हाथों में भीड़ है हेडफोन में बीट बजे कागज में गीत लिखे ब्लैक निगर I'm a black nigger रांची के स्ट्रीट से हाथों में भीड़ है हेडफोन में बीट बजे कागज में गीत लिखे ब्लैक निगर I'm a black nigger रस्ते पे मैटर है लेते हम क्या करे टॉमी करे बाकी यहाँ बैठा एक रैकर है सांप पर जगह धोखा देते साथ रह करे साथ देखो माया मेरे पागल सा रैपर पैसे नहीं पास में आए होते घास में लगते हैं प्यास I'm a black nigger I'm a black nigger खत्म
I don't know what check it. Hey, Cookie, more pecani sauce. Yeah. This ain't paste pecani sauce.
What's the difference?
Cookie, paste pecani sauce is made in San Antonio with fresh vegetables and spices by people who know what pecani sauce is supposed to taste like.
This stuff's made in New York City?
New York City?
Get a rope.
Pick up the original pecani sauce. Pick up the paste.
Cops say the man pulling the trigger is 18-year-old LeVar Roach, a known gangbanger, according to detectives. A desperate manhunt is on for Roach, who is considered armed and dangerous. I showed his mugshot to this man.
Definitely concerns me a little bit, you know what I mean? But, you know, I packed that thing too, so he come around this way, you will get caught.
It doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better in life. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Nothing gets to you, staying fresh, staying cool. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh. Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh and full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
All right, we're back. So it doesn't look like we have any calls. And that's all good. Either way, had a great show tonight. And I want to let you guys know, also, look out tomorrow. I'll probably going live around 9:30-ish. I want to do a reaction to the Jonathan Majors interview that's coming out tomorrow morning. So let's look out for that. If the interview comes out tomorrow morning, we'll do a reaction to it tomorrow night. So look out for that. But hope you guys enjoyed what we discussed tonight. And always remember, whether you agree, you disagree, or you're indifferent, leave a comment in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to don't forget to tap that notification bell and select all. If you're on Twitter, hit that like button, hit that retweet. If you're on Facebook, hit that like button, hit that share button. But other than that, for myself and the rest of the crew here at Trippin Aint Easy TV, peace out. Catch you on the next one.
place to motherfucking be.
If you were worried about where I've been or who I saw or what club I went to with the homies, baby, don't worry, you know that you got me. I'm never worried about where I'm at or who I saw or what club I go to with the homies, baby, don't worry, I know that they got me.
This is the place to be, Tulum 2023, Jungle Juice.
Holla.